Check, check, check.
Hello.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I request you to start taking your seats, please. Our guests and dignitaries are arriving. We have a small request for the awardees' families. We request you when the program is on and the awards are being given, we would request you to not come to the center to take photographs. Photographs are being professionally taken. So we'd request you so as to not disrupt the flow of the event. We'd request you to remain seated while the entire award ceremony is going on. Thank you.
नमस्कार। माननीय वित्त मंत्री महोदया एवं अन्य विशिष्ट अतिथिगणों का आगमन प्रांगण में हो चुका है।
retired officers of the department, and my dear colleagues, a very good evening to all of you. We have gathered here today to recognize the excellence of the officers and staff of the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, to whom the Honorable President of India has been pleased to award appreciation certificates and medals for exceptionally meritorious service at risk to life and for specially distinguished record of service on the occasions of the Republic Days of 2021 and 2022. At this investiture ceremony, we seek to applaud and celebrate their dedication, resolve, and expertise. On behalf of the CBIC, I extend the heartiest greetings to all of them and their families.
माननीय वित्त मंत्री महोदया जी, यदि आपकी अनुमति हो तो कार्यक्रम का शुभारंभ किया जाए। धन्यवाद महोदया। दीप ज्योतिः पर ब्रह्मम दीप ज्योतिर्जनार्दन दीपो हरतु मे पापम दीप ज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते। इन शब्दों के साथ मंचासीन अतिथिगणों से सादर आग्रह है कि वे दीप प्रज्वलित कर कार्यक्रम का शुभारंभ करें। धन्यवाद महोदयगण। अब मैं श्रीमती विनीता एस, वरिष्ठ आसूचनाधिकारी,
महाकाव्य नाटकादि प्रियं मूषिकवाहन मोदक प्रियं महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दित महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि।
धन्यवाद विनीता। द IT कैपिटल ऑफ इंडिया, सिलिकॉन वैली ऑफ इंडिया, स्पेस सिटी एवं गार्डन सिटी आदि उपनामों से सुपरिचित दक्षिण भारत के इस हरे भरे और खूबसूरत शहर बेंगलुरु में आप सभी का पुनः स्वागत है। बेंगलुरु को राष्ट्रपति पुरस्कारों के इस प्रतिष्ठित अलंकरण समारोह के आयोजन का सौभाग्य पहली बार प्राप्त हुआ है तथा इसके लिए CBIC बेंगलुरु के इस क्षेत्र के सभी प्रखंड अत्यंत ही हर्षित, गौरवान्वित एवं आभारी हैं। आदरणीय वित्त मंत्री महोदया श्रीमती निर्मला सीतारमन जी का भी इस क्षेत्र से गहरा नाता रहा है। माननीय महोदया राज्यसभा में कर्नाटक राज्य का प्रतिनिधित्व करती हैं और आज एक बार फिर अपने व्यस्त कार्यक्रमों के बीच से समय निकालकर हमारे बीच उपस्थित हैं। इसके लिए हम माननीय वित्त मंत्री महोदया जी का बार बार आभार व्यक्त करते हैं।
I now request the Principal Chief Commissioner CGST Bengaluru Zone, Srimati Ranjana Jha, to present a sapling, shawl and memento to the Honorable Union Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, as a token of our gratitude.
धन्यवाद महोदया। प्रधान महानिदेशक DRI श्री आलोक तिवारी जी से अनुरोध है कि वे माननीय केंद्रीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री श्री पंकज चौधरी जी का स्वागत पौधा, स्मृति चिन्ह एवं शॉल भेंट करके करें। धन्यवाद महोदय। अब मैं सदस्य CBIC एवं प्रधान महानिदेशक डीजीजीआई श्री संजय कुमार अग्रवाल जी से अनुरोध करूंगी कि वे माननीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री डॉक्टर भागवत किशन राव कराड जी का स्वागत पौधा, स्मृति चिन्ह एवं शॉल भेंट करके करें।
I now request Shri M. Srinivas, Chief Commissioner Customs Bangalore, to present a sapling, shawl and memento to the respected Revenue Secretary, Shri Tarun Bajaj, and welcome him to the gathering.
धन्यवाद महोदय। केंद्रीय अप्रत्यक्ष कर एवं सीमा शुल्क बोर्ड के अध्यक्ष श्री विवेक जौहरी जी 35 वर्षों से भी अधिक समय से अप्रत्यक्ष कर प्रशासन के क्षेत्र में विभाग के विभिन्न प्रारूपों में अपनी सेवाएं देते आ रहे हैं। कानून की जटिलताओं को आम आदमी की सरल भाषा में समझाने की इनकी कला, इनके कुछ ऐसे ही अद्भुत गुणों में से एक है जो सीबीआईसी के अधिकारियों को सदैव ही उत्कृष्टता के साथ साथ सरलता की ओर प्रेरित करती रहती है। मैं महोदय से सादर अनुरोध करूंगी कि वे आज के समारोह का औपचारिक स्वागत भाषण दें।
Very good evening to all of you. Honorable Union Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Shri Pankaj Chaudhary ji, Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Dr. Bhagwat Karad ji, Revenue Secretary Shri Tarun Bajaj, all the awardees and their families, dear colleagues and esteemed guests. It is indeed a great honor and privilege for me to welcome all of you this evening to this investiture ceremony, which covers 2 years of presidential awardees. It is said that the word Bengaluru, and this is one of the theories, ma'am, has its origin in a 9th century Western Ganga dynasty stone inscription on a Bira Gallu, which literally means hero stone, a rock edict extolling the virtues of a hero. It is perhaps in the fitness of things that the investiture ceremony of the presidential awards, recognizing exceptionally meritorious service at risk to life and specially distinguished service, record of service rendered by the officers and the staff of the CBIC, is being held in Bengaluru. Ma'am, you would recall that this is the second attempt which the CBIC has made to relocate the investiture ceremony out of Delhi so that other places get an opportunity. Every year on the occasion of Republic Day, the officers are conferred with the Presidential Award of Appreciation Certificates and Medals. This year, we are recognizing 53 officers whose awards were announced in 2021 and 2022. For the year 2021, 22 officers are being awarded for specially distinguished record of service, and 2 officers who are really the true heroes for exceptionally meritorious service at risk to life. For the year 2022, 29 officers are being awarded for specially distinguished record of service. The awardees include 5 lady officers. The awards bestow a unique distinction upon the selected officers for their exceptional contribution in their respective fields of service made possible by their steadfast dedication, sincerity, and devotion to duty. It is very heartening that the awards are confined not just to people who are engaged in the enforcement or anti-smuggling activities, but in various areas of operations of the CBIC. And as you would witness, ma'am, many of the awardees today have done exceptionally good work in systems, in analytics, in audit, in almost all fields of work that CBIC handles. The process of selection is transparent and rigorous. An officer's name can be recommended by her senior. However, an option is also available to an officer to send her application without any recommendation from a senior. Selections for both the awards are based on specified criteria, and the applications are scrutinized in detail prior to the final selection by the full board of CBIC. For the first category, awards are considered only where the risk of life was grave and where the officer under consideration performed the meritorious act in question, despite knowing the risks involved. And both cases, ma'am, that you witnessed today of officers who are being awarded fall well within that category. Cases in which risk was merely a possibility are not considered. In the second category, officers who have consistently shown excellent performance during their day-to-day work and who've displayed exemplary devotion to duty are recommended. One word of advice that I would give to the officers who've been awarded and who are here to receive the awards today is that this is not the end of a journey. So this is indeed a big feather in your cap. It's a very big accomplishment, and it speaks to the dedication with which you've worked all these years. But these awards are meant to spur you on to do better work in the future. So please do not perceive it as a recognition which brings your level of accomplishments to a stop. And likewise, to those who haven't made it to these awards today, my message would be that you keep working with all sincerity and devotion, and I'm sure there will come a day when your good work will be recognized. I would heartily congratulate all the awardees for the honor. This award sets your already high standards a notch higher and serves to inspire all of us. My congratulations also due to the families of all the awardees who've stood by the officers every step of the way and are the wind in their sails. Thank you very much for being here today and for witnessing this grand ceremony. With those words, I close my welcome address, and I welcome all of you once again and thank you for being here with us to share in this happy moment. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Respected Revenue Secretary, Shri Tarun Bajaj, started his public service career in the year 1988 as an IAS officer from the Haryana cadre. His extensive work in the Finance Ministry and his ability to strike a balance between the macro view of the economy as well as the subtleties involved in policy implementation have been widely acknowledged and appreciated. Sir, on this august occasion, I call upon you to kindly address the gathering.
Honorable Union Finance and Corporate Affairs Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, Ministers of State for Finance, Shri Pankaj Chaudhary ji and Dr. Karad ji, my colleague in CBIC Chairman Mr. Vivek Johri, Mr. Balesh Kumar, Member Investigation, all the members of the board, the retired chairman and members and retired officers who are specially present here today, all the awardees, and not the least, the families of the awardees. It's a great pleasure for me that I am participating in this investiture ceremony, and in my short tenure of less than a year, this is the second ceremony that is happening, and it's a matter of pleasure for me to inform the Honorable FM when she had told us in the last meeting that we should now be current in our ceremony. So with this ceremony, we will be current, and we would have awarded all those officers who were selected on the 71st and 72nd Republic Day, and the announcement was made by the Honorable President. Of the 53 officers, as the Chairman CBIC mentioned, 2 of them are getting exceptional meritorious service at risks to life. I'd like to take their names, Vipin Singh and Albert George. My hearty congratulations to you. And there are another 51 officers who are getting specially distinguished record of service, and 24 from the 71st Republic Day and 29 from the 72nd Republic Day. My hearty congratulations and felicitations to you for getting this award. And I would especially like to mention the families without whom I'm sure you could not have got this award. They were the silent people working behind you, supporting you. So I think this award is as much yours as much as the officers who are getting this. My congratulations to you for that as well. I don't know, the chairman CBIC here spoke just about the award, but I always take this opportunity of speaking to my officers and about my officers to the political executive. And fortunately, today we have the finance minister and both the ministers of state for finance. So I would like to commend you on one more aspect, which I think the Honorable Finance Minister on more than one occasion has also commended you, is your work during the COVID times when you facilitated the receipt of essential goods during for COVID purpose at all the airports, ports and land ports. So a good amount of good work was done by you. My commendation to you for that as well. I would also like to say, I think I have mentioned it earlier also, that we are very good to work in a crisis. Whenever there's a crisis, we come up to the expectations and maybe achieve more than the expectations of our bosses. But I would exhort all my officers here that we should strive that what we did during the crisis period becomes a norm for us. During the normal periods also, the customs facilitation happens in the same manner. There were some comments which have come up today in the interactions which the Honorable FM had with the industry. I'll share that separately with the chairman, and I'm sure my officers will strive to ensure that further facilitation is provided. Another aspect which has been talked much lesser because the faceless in the income tax has got more traction. The faceless customs has also gone a long way and served a lot on the facilitation of customs clearances. That is one area which I think we don't talk too much, but a lot of good work has happened there. And I have myself received such comments from the people who use your faceless customs. Ma'am, for your information and especially for the Minister of State who are present here, along with the faceless customs, the customs has also been working relentlessly on intelligence, on DG Arm is another area which has been working on this area. And there is an effort to ensure that things which are not supposed to be coming through the borders and are coming get caught. So a lot of gold, drugs, red sanders, for example, wildlife. There have been a large number of seizures which have happened by the customs authorities in the past 1 year. I would say that suddenly I'm now noticing the drugs and especially heroin has started coming in a big way and a lot of seizures have been made. I would say that the team from the member investigation onwards should actually sit down and evaluate as to what is happening, the change in the geopolitical situation, and even now the changing geopolitical situation may actually see that we are getting more quantity than what we were getting earlier. So we have to ensure that we pull up our socks and try and stop this menace from happening. On the GST front, again, I would say that GST, after now that it is running into its 5th year, has stabilized to quite an extent. And I recall the days of my joining, and even in the month of May and June, which were the COVID-affected months, we hit below 1 lakh, especially during 1 month. So the challenge there would be, and FM also would be anxious to know whether we had crossed the 1 lakh crore figure or not. But I think that is a story of the past. We have come a long way. A lot of efforts have taken place on that front. And we have been able to show that without much changes, through increased compliances and through increased intelligence, we are now able to get on a routine basis 130, 140. And I'm sure Mr. Nagendra is nodding his head very vigorously. I think he's telling me to announce that he'll do much more in this month and the next month and cross all records. So I would exhort my officers to ensure that we come up to the expectations of the Honorable FM in this regard and do better than what we have done thus far in this month and the next month. We have been using a lot of technology and artificial intelligence on our GST front, and I would like to say that, I don't know whether the media is here or not, that in the last 15 months we have arrested more than 630 people. We have picked up 20,000 fake GSTINs and taken action against them. And out of this, more than 600 people that we have arrested, 18 are professionals, which are chartered accountants, lawyers, and company secretaries. And I would say that the intelligence, and especially for the retired officers who must have been working on a different method, that you must not have read all this in the newspapers. And you must not have seen, otherwise if we do something, there's so much of noise created that we are harassing people. The reason for that is that the artificial intelligence and the data analytics that happens here, we are able to point out the needle, as I'm fond of saying, the needle in the haystack. I don't go and try and locate that needle in the haystack. So that has actually benefited the revenues to go up to quite an extent, though the economy is also bouncing back, and that has also contributed. But my request to all the officers would be that we should continue to work on this. I recently had a presentation by the member technology, Sandeep, who's not here today, of the next level efforts that, madam, we are going to take on GST, and we will ensure that the fake billing issue reduces to the minimum. That is the next steps that we are taking. And I was very happy. I think the escort officers that you have given to me was feeling very thrilled and happy when he said that from 1st of April, the e-invoice is being brought down to a threshold level of 20 crores, and this is definitely going to help me to collect more revenue. It really gave me a lot of pleasure that a young Deputy Commissioner was giving me this feedback, and I think it motivates me. I'm sure it motivates all of us to work more, to provide more support, and we should ensure that we contribute to the government coffers in the manner that we are expected to. As much as I'm fond of telling the taxpayers that he's contributing to the development of the nation, by collecting these taxes, you are no less contributing to the development of the nation. Your efforts, you're ensuring that you are able to recover the money, and whatever money was legally collectible is collected, will definitely go a long way in achieving all the schemes that the Honorable Finance Minister announces in her budget or provides for in her budget. I would not take it beyond this, and just to say that the efforts of these 53 officers, I think when we hear their stories and spend about an hour giving them awards, something which even at my age, it gives me goosebumps and I get very motivated to say that if these people can put their lives in danger or do such tremendous work, I'm sure the department should get motivated. So I'm sure your efforts will not only motivate the officers who are present here, but the fact that you've got this award will spread to the whole department, and I'm sure it will motivate all of us to do better. I once again congratulate all of you and your families especially, who have come all the way to see you getting this award, and they are the best people who clap for you in your life. So my hearty congratulations and felicitations to all of you. Thank you.
धन्यवाद महोदय। माननीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री डॉक्टर भागवत किशन राव कराड जी 2 दशकों से भी अधिक समय से जन सेवा के क्षेत्र में समर्पित रहे हैं। माननीय मंत्री जी ने न केवल एक विधायक एवं एक मेयर के रूप में देश को अपनी सेवाएं दी हैं, बल्कि विशिष्ट चिकित्सा के क्षेत्र में भी एक प्रसिद्ध बाल रोग विशेषज्ञ के रूप में सक्रिय रहे हैं। माननीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री जी राज्यसभा में महाराष्ट्र राज्य के प्रतिनिधि हैं तथा आज के इस विशेष अवसर पर इन्हें अपने बीच पाकर हम कृतार्थ हैं। मैं माननीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री डॉक्टर भागवत किशन राव कराड जी से अनुरोध करूंगी कि कृपया वे इस सभा को संबोधित करें।
Chief guest of today's function, Honorable Union Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji Madam, Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Sri Pankaj ji Chaudhary, Revenue Secretary Sri Tarun ji Bajaj, Chairman CBIC Sri Vivek Johri ji, Member of Investigations CBIC Sri Balesh Kumar ji, all the members of CBIC, all different executives from the department, and all dignitaries for the function. It gives me immense pleasure to attend this function, and I congratulate the awardees from the President for different good function or good tax collection and all functions in this department. Before congratulating all the executives, I congratulate Honorable Finance Minister Madam, because since last 2 years of pandemic, she came with the different schemes from street vendors to MSMEs, from laborers to farmers, for different women. And because of the different schemes she has announced in the last 2 years, our economy is now growing, and we were able, our Indians, or we were able to give the stable economy in these years. I congratulate also the officers to whom we are going to felicitate today, because of their hard work, sincere work, we are able to achieve the different goals in the tax collection, that is GST and income tax. As we see the figures, the figure of the GST collection in January was around 1.40 lakh crores. In the February also it's around 1.30 lakh crores. The figures are increasing. That shows our economy is growing. In the last 15 days, the IMF shows our growth is around 9%, and it is as compared to world's 4.4%. So the economy of the India is doing well as compared to the rest of the world. Coming to our officers who are working day and night for collecting the tax, particularly we are going to celebrate 5 women's. We understand the women are having a double responsibility. As a family, they have to take care of the children also, family also, and they have worked very hard to achieve the goal and they have accepted the challenge. The tax collection challenge is, I think, it is a difficult challenge, but our officers, they have got the challenges and they have done very well. At the same time, we doing the duty, the families also, they have supported well to all the officers. So I congratulate all the officers with their all family members. This tax collection in this department is a very important to develop the nations. In the budgets you have seen, the different schemes we have declared. In the madam, on the 1st February, she has come with a very good budget. This budget is declared on that day by keeping in mind on 25 years ahead, it's Amrit Kal Mahotsav budget. So I say this is possible only and only because of the revenue generation. So this department and all the officers starting from the class 3, class 4 level to the top officers are very important in the department. So I congratulate everybody and particularly the awardees to whom we are giving the awards by the hands of Honorable Madam. Thanks for inviting me. Thank you.
धन्यवाद महोदय। माननीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री श्री पंकज चौधरी जी 3 दशकों से भी अधिक समय से जन सेवा के क्षेत्र में समर्पित रहे हैं। विधि निर्माण के क्षेत्र में एक सांसद के रूप में माननीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री जी का यह 6ठा कार्यकाल है। अलंकरण समारोह के इस अवसर पर आपका हमारे बीच उपस्थित होना वास्तव में हमारे लिए बड़े गौरव की बात है। मैं माननीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री श्री पंकज चौधरी जी से अनुरोध करूंगी कि वे सभा को संबोधित करें।
अलंकरण समारोह की मुख्य अतिथि भारत सरकार के वित्त राज्य मंत्री परम आदरणीय निर्मला सीतारमण जी, मंच पे हमारे मित्र MOS फाइनेंस भगवत कारट जी, रेवेन्यू सेक्रेटरी तरुण बजाज जी, CBIC के चेयरमैन विवेक जौहरी जी, मेंबर इन्वेस्टिगेशन बालेश कुमार जी, यहाँ पर उपस्थित सभी कर्नाटका से आए हुए हमारे अधिकारीगण, साथियों, सर्वप्रथम तो मैं धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करना चाहूँगा कि इस खुशी के मौके पे आप लोगों ने मुझे आमंत्रित किया, उसके लिए मैं आप सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करना चाहता हूँ। निश्चित तौर से आज का दिन आपके जीवन का महत्वपूर्ण क्षण है और ये क्षण बहुत मेहनत और तपस्या के साथ आता है। मैं 2020, 2021, 2022 का पुरस्कार का सूची देख रहा था। बहुत ही ट्रांसपेरेंसी तरीके से निर्णय लिया जाता है। टॉप से लेके बॉटम तक इसमें अलंकृत हो रहे हैं। कुछ लोग काम करते हैं जो दिखता है, लेकिन बहुत से लोग साइलेंटली वर्क करते हैं और इस सूची में मैंने देखा है कि उन सब का नाम समाहित किया गया है। जीवन का अपना अपना लक्ष्य होता है। आम आदमी सबसे पहला लक्ष्य होता है सरकारी नौकरी, और सरकारी नौकरी में कुछ लोग 10 से 6 अपना काम करते हैं, कुछ लोग निष्ठा और मेहनत से काम करते हैं। जो निष्ठा और मेहनत से काम करते हैं आज वो अलंकृत हो रहे हैं और साथ ही साथ उनको बहुत कड़ी तपस्या करनी पड़ती है, बहुत कुछ त्याग करना पड़ता है। मुझे अच्छी तरह से ध्यान है, हम लोग के साथ भी बहुत से लोग अधिकारी के लोग रहते हैं कि अपने परिवार के किसी भी कार्य में सहभागिता नहीं ले पाते। बच्चे के पेरेंट्स मीटिंग में जाना होता है तो भी नहीं जा पाते हैं। बच्चे का अच्छा मन रहता कि पिताजी हमारे मीटिंग में आवें। घर में कोई फंक्शन होता वो भी छोड़ना पड़ता है। त्यौहार तक का भी त्याग करना पड़ता है मित्रों। इसलिए बिना परिवार के सपोर्ट के यहाँ तक पहुँच पाना बहुत ही मुश्किल कार्य है। मैं उन परिवार के लोगों को भी बहुत धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करना चाहता हूँ और बधाई देना चाहता हूँ कि आपके सहयोग के नाते ही आज यहाँ तक आप लोग यहाँ पर पहुँचे हैं। और कहीं ना कहीं जो आज अलंकृत हो रहे हैं वो डिपार्टमेंट के लिए एक लाइट हाउस की तरह होंगे, प्रकाश स्तंभ। कि जिस प्रकार से समुद्र में जब दिशा भटक जाते हैं लोग तो लाइट हाउस के सहारे किनारे आते हैं। आज आपका ये अलंकरण जो हो रहा है उसको देख करके कहीं ना कहीं डिपार्टमेंट के बहुत से लोग उस तरफ बढ़ने का प्रयास करेंगे मित्रों। क्योंकि मानव का जीवन का उद्देश्य क्या है? मानव जीवन बहुत ही दुर्लभ होता है मित्रों। हमारे समाज में, सृष्टि में जानवर भी हैं, बहुत से लोग हैं, लेकिन उसमें सबसे महत्वपूर्ण मानव जीवन होता है मित्रों। कुछ का लक्ष्य होता है कि हम बहुत पैसा कमाएं, अरबपति खरबपति बनते हैं, लेकिन अंत में उनका होता है मानव सेवा। और आपने देखा होगा, चाहे वो बिल गेट्स हों, चाहे जिम प्रेम जी हों, जब एक सीमा तक पहुंच जाते हैं तो दान पुण्य के माध्यम से कहीं ना कहीं मानव सेवा करने का ही काम करते हैं। वो दान द्वारा सेवा करते हैं और आप अपने कर्तव्यों द्वारा सेवा देश का करते हैं, क्योंकि जो भी आप एक भी फाइल चलाते हैं उससे जो ऑर्डर्स निकलता है, भले वो सरकार के लिए होता है, लेकिन सरकार कहीं ना कहीं मानव सेवा में उसका उपयोग करती है, तो आपका भी मानव सेवा कहीं ना कहीं होता है। विभाग का योगदान फेसलेस, पेपरलेस, कॉन्टेक्टलेस जब से हुआ है, कहीं ना कहीं जो कस्टमर्स को हमारे घूमना पड़ता था, जगह जगह दौड़ना पड़ता था, आज इससे कहीं ना कहीं बहुत आसानी हुई है। अभी बजाज साहब भी कह रहे थे कि कोविड काल में हमारे डिपार्टमेंट के लोग, जब पूरा देश अपने घर में बैठा था, निकलने से लोग डरते थे, लेकिन हमारे डिपार्टमेंट के लोग कहीं ना कहीं फ्रंट लाइन वर्कर की तरह अपने दायित्वों का निर्वहन किया, और जो विदेशों से हमारी दवाइयाँ आ रही थीं, चिकित्सा उपकरण आ रहे थे, वो जल्द से जल्द देश में पहुँचे, उसके लिए कहीं ना कहीं बहुत ही प्रशंसनीय कार्य किया है। तो जीएसटी संग्रह कोविड काल के बाद मुझे प्रसन्नता है कि इधर 5 महीने से 1,30,000 करोड़ का रिकॉर्ड छू रही है, उसके लिए मैं भी आप सबको बधाई देता हूँ। राष्ट्रव्यापी स्वच्छता अभियान जो प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में और वित्त मंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में चला था, आपने अनुकरणीय काम किया है। 5,08,000 फाइलों का समीक्षा किया, जिसमें 3,08,000 फाइलों का आपने वीड आउट किया। वेस्टेज स्क्रैप्स निकाल करके 37,000 वर्ग फुट ऑफिस में स्पेस बनाया। मैं इन सब चीज़ों के लिए जो अंकित हुए उनके परिवार के लोगों को भी बहुत बहुत बधाई देते हुए और एक विश्वास दिलाता हूं आपको कि आप जैसे अधिकारी, चाहे व्यक्तिगत कार्य हो, चाहे डिपार्टमेंटल कार्य हो, हमारा ऑफिस और मैं स्वयं तत्पर रहूंगा आपकी मदद करने के लिए। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. As public servants, the primary goal of the civil service is to execute and uphold the vision of our democratically elected leaders. In the Union Budget for the year 2022-23, the Honorable Finance Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, has articulated a growth-oriented and pro-development vision with a strong focus on augmenting infrastructure availability. The Honorable Finance Minister has also emphasized the importance of sustained economic growth as well as a predictable tax regimen. As officers entrusted with the task of indirect taxation and customs, we are indeed grateful for the opportunity to do our part in bringing this vision to fruition. Madam, we are deeply privileged and gratified to have you with us here today. I request you to kindly address the gathering.
Namaskar, my colleagues in the Council of Ministers, Shri Pankaj Chaudhary, Shri Dr. Bhagwat Kharad, Revenue Secretary Tarun Bajaj, Chairman of the CBIC, Vivek Johri, Member Investigation Baleshwar, members of the board, former members, and today's awardees and their families, the media. I'm extremely happy to be here. The second time when I participated in an investiture. The first time I did was slightly when we had a relief from COVID, when we had the meeting in Lucknow. That was the first time I participated in an investiture, and I relished every moment of it because there was so much what I can call as emotion, the investment that the families have done, the career, and almost at the risks of their own lives, some of the performances of some of the officers, all made me feel it is something worth experiencing for oneself, not just as somebody who's going to give the awards or anything, but to be in the sidelines somewhere and look at what happens. For a moment, I'd like to go back to 2019, when I wasn't aware of the investiture at all, when throughout the country, on the direction of the Prime Minister and with the entire Finance Ministry's team, I would go to different centers to talk to people about why, in spite of all the great work that both the boards do, the perception about a few wrongdoings, a few malified, had dominated the scene, that if they spoke of income tax or customs, the first few things would be, can there be less harassment? Can there be less, compliance requirement? Can it be a bit more professional? And I used to wonder, what is wrong? I mean, what's going on? Why is it that, the entire service would be painted in a slight color, where, like in every other service, you could have one or two wrongdoings happening. So 2019, large part of it went around the country, and I probably was only looking at people who said, we're doing our jobs, it's fine. But that was clearly required at that time. But passing through the COVID, I must congratulate the CBIC. You saw an opportunity to prove your mettle. You saw an opportunity to tell the people of India, we are here to serve you, and even at a difficult time like the COVID, during the lockdown. And I did mention this even during my Lucknow address, and I probably will recall this every time there is a context. Customs stood out for that exemplary service that you did for the people of India during the lockdown. And I'm so proud that you could beat all that impression which was going around based on a few wrongdoings here and there, to prove that you're people who carry on with your profession very seriously, with commitment, with passion. And no COVID lockdown could keep you giving any excuses. And matter of fact, globally, people saw a service which could rise to the occasion. When people were dreading to come out of their homes, you were there with all the PPE kit and everything at the port, receiving and dispersing and also clearing those which had to go to the hinterland. So I appreciate you for that. And I also will say, after that, when I heard the little stories of the ways in which several of the missions or tasks that you performed, it makes me feel that the sovereign power to tax and the power of taxation will be ineffective unless there is passion in the way in which you do your duty. It is that passion which makes you collect. Otherwise, what is there? It is a routine job. You can always do it. But no, in the pursuit of wanting to perform and perform to a level of excellence, you have shown the way. And I today take this opportunity to praise the entire service, because I'm seeing during many of the times I don't even probably respond, but the pictures you put out, the immediate news that you give of how you've contained smuggling, of how much you've captured at the ports from smugglers, and also some of the rare occasions when you have to chase them into the towns and villages, risking your own lives, have all been exemplary. And I would have only had the time, I would have tweeted day in and day out as and when I see your messages of how vigilant you've remained at the borders. This is something which is performed with passion for the sake of this nation and the nation's economic security. I appreciate all the efforts, and this evening, the President's Award which is being given, and I'm glad my colleague Pankaj Chaudhary nicely recalled, when our children go to school and they receive their awards, they expect the parents to be around. The child eyes become dull when they don't see their parents watching them and clapping for them. Now, as adults, I'm sure you don't need to say, but your family has all come here. I see some children also being here to see their mother or father receive the award, or grandparents receive the award. It is this culture which I like to appreciate in the CBIC, because that is how you instill a certain value in the family members for the next generations, saying, I've seen my grandparent receive an award, my father receive an award, or my mother receive an award. So that child actually looks at exemplars. And it is that which I think which is very important for this country, because every generation should have somebody in its immediate vicinity to have as exemplars and aspire to reach that level. I'm very happy, and you're very fortunate to have members of your family to be here today to see you receive the award. I won't take too much time because your moment is now. And one other word of praise for CBIC. I was just looking into that nice picture book they have created with the names listed out and the story of the achievement which has brought you to receive it. That itself is worth keeping for keepsake, because it tells the story of how you were chosen for the President's Award. And the company you keep, irrespective of the rank of the person who receives the award, each one of you have done so good, so well for the nation, selfless. And you're in the company of great guys who are receiving the award today. So that document as well has been very thoughtfully and very well produced, so you could possess it for generations for your people to see it. I'm very glad to be here. I feel very humbled standing before you for the work that you've done, for the year-long, decades-long service that you've given, and today receiving the award. It's all right, it's Rashtrapati who's giving it. I'm only handing it over, nothing to do with me, but brilliant, great work all of you all have done. I feel very humbled. Thank you very much for having me here. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Madam, for your inspiring words. As our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji has emphasized, serving the citizens of the country is the highest duty of a civil servant. Today, in this solemn ceremony, we honor some of our best and brightest, those officers who have strived to live up to this ideal with untiring, devoted, and steadfast efforts in various domains, holding themselves to the highest standards and discharging their duties with devotion and dedication. I now request our chief guest, the Honorable Finance Minister, to award the Presidential Certificates of Appreciation and medals for exceptionally meritorious service at risk to life and for the specially distinguished record of service. I request all dignitaries on the dais to please join the Honorable Finance Minister on stage.
अब हम वर्ष 2021 के लिए जान के जोखिम पर की गई औपवादिक विशेष सेवा के लिए राष्ट्रपति प्रशंसा प्रमाण पत्र एवं पदक विजेताओं के क्रम में पुरस्कार समारोह का आरंभ करते हैं। श्री विपिन पाल आसूचना अधिकारी के रूप में DRI जोधपुर में कार्यरत हैं। काम के दौरान एक दिन श्री पाल को सोने की तस्करी की सूचना मिली। सूचना मिलते ही इन्होंने एक टीम इकट्ठी की और तस्करों को पकड़ने निकल पड़े। संदिग्ध वाहन को आते देखकर जैसे ही DRI की टीम ने उन्हें रोकना चाहा, तस्करों ने उन पर गोलीबारी शुरू कर दी। तब श्री पाल ने अपार साहस और कौशल का परिचय देते हुए उस संदिग्ध वाहन पर काबू पा लिया तथा तस्करी के इस प्रयास को विफल कर दिया। अभियान में 5.5 किलोग्राम सोना एवं 220 किलोग्राम चांदी बरामद की गई।
Shri Albert George. Following a tip-off on gold smuggling, a DRI team positioned itself to intercept the suspect vehicle. As the team attempted to flag down the vehicle, it rammed into the motorcycle on which Shri Albert George, intelligence officer from the Cochin Zonal Unit, was riding. He was knocked off the motorcycle and suffered injuries in the course of this interception, but remained focused on his determination to apprehend the persons involved. His actions led to a recovery of gold weighing about 3.4 kilograms from the vehicle.
अब हम वर्ष 2021 की सेवा के विशेष रूप से प्रतिष्ठित रिकॉर्ड के लिए राष्ट्रपति प्रशंसा प्रमाण पत्र एवं पदक विजेताओं की ओर बढ़ेंगे। सूची में पहला नाम श्री एस तिरुनाउकरसु का है। श्री तिरुनाउकरसु DRI चेन्नई में अतिरिक्त महानिदेशक के पद पर कार्यरत हैं। GST इम्प्लीमेंटेशन के लिए गठित राष्ट्रीय IT समिति के संयोजन से लेकर CBIC GST बैकएंड एप्लीकेशंस के विकास तक श्री तिरुनाउकरसु का योगदान अतुलनीय रहा है।
Shri Amitesh Bharat Singh. Shri Amitesh Bharat Singh, ADG DRI Bengaluru, is an exceptional officer who has excelled in intelligence and investigation, rendered crucial inputs to GST policy formulation, mentored young officers, and provided invaluable service as First Secretary Commerce at the Indian High Commission in Singapore.
श्री वेणुगोपालन नायर। श्री वेणुगोपालन नायर नासिन चेन्नई में सहायक निदेशक के रूप में कार्यरत हैं। महोदय एक उच्च कोटि के प्रशिक्षक हैं एवं अधिकारियों की कार्यक्षमता निर्माण के क्षेत्र में अत्यंत सक्रिय रहे हैं।
Shri Dibyendu Das. Shri Dibyendu Das, Assistant Commissioner, PCCO Kolkata, was instrumental in ensuring the timely issuance of promotion orders to about 1,500 officers, improving employee morale, and thus providing an impetus for better public services.
श्री विजय सिंह प्रताप सिंह बिहोला। श्री बिहोला गांधी धाम में सहायक निदेशक के रूप में कार्यरत हैं। आपके उत्कृष्ट मानव आसूचना नेटवर्क द्वारा दी गई सटीक जानकारी के माध्यम से विभाग द्वारा बड़ी मात्रा में नशीली दवाओं की जब्ती की गई।
Shri Himanshu Shekhar Shah. Shri Himanshu Shekhar Shah, Senior Intelligence Officer, DGGI Bhubaneswar, has been instrumental in several high-value detections and recoveries and the arrest of 8 fraudsters who were involved in defrauding the exchequer by creating fake firms.
श्री राजीव रंजन कुमार। श्री राजीव रंजन कुमार डीजीजीआई मुख्यालय नई दिल्ली में वरिष्ठ आसूचना अधिकारी के रूप में कार्यरत हैं। सीमा शुल्क में अपने कार्यकाल के दौरान इन्होंने 136 किलोग्राम गांजे की जब्ती में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाई।
Shri Mohanan Malod Valapul, presently retired from service, has been an exemplary investigator whose efforts have resulted in the detection of tax evasion of over 2,000 crores with a recovery of over 600 crores.
श्री शुभकांत प्रधान। श्री शुभकांत प्रधान भुवनेश्वर आयुक्तालय में अधीक्षक के रूप में कार्यरत हैं। तस्करी विरोधी एवं एनडीपीएस अभियानों के दौरान श्री प्रधान का प्रदर्शन अतुलनीय रहा है।
Shri Suhrud Avinash Rabde. Shri Suhrud Avinash Rabde, Assistant Director, DRI Mumbai, is an exceptional investigator whose expertise in cutting-edge technology has been invaluable in the detection of large-scale duty evasion to the tune of over 1,000 crores.
श्री रमाकांत यशवंत मोरे। श्री रमाकांत यशवंत मोरे विमानपत्तन विशेष माल आयुक्तालय मुंबई में अधीक्षक के रूप में कार्यरत हैं। श्री मोरे ने एनसीबी के अधिकारियों के साथ मिलकर भारत में कोकीन की एक बड़ी खेप लगभग 200 किलोग्राम कोकीन की जब्ती को संभव कर दिखाया।
Shri P. Kannabiran. Shri P. Kannabiran, Senior Intelligence Officer, DRI Coimbatore, has led exceptional anti-smuggling operations to intercept speeding suspect vehicles and boats in the difficult terrain of coastal Tamil Nadu, resulting in the seizure of over 340 kilograms of gold and other contraband.
श्री ए लक्ष्मीकांतन डीआरआई चेन्नई में सहायक निदेशक के पद पर कार्यरत हैं। महोदय द्वारा किए गए विश्लेषणों के माध्यम से त्रिची, कोयम्बटूर एवं मदुरई हवाई अड्डों पर सोने की तस्करी से संबंधित कई मामलों का पता लगाया गया।
Shri S. Vijay Kumar, Senior Intelligence Officer, DRI Chennai, has played an exemplary role in the seizures of gold, narcotics, red sanders, and other contraband with a total seizure value of over 600 crores.
श्री अर्घ भट्टाचार्य DRI कोलकाता में वरिष्ठ आसूचना अधिकारी के रूप में कार्यरत हैं। शुल्क चोरी करने तथा छूट का अनुचित लाभ उठाने वाले मामलों पर लक्ष्य साधने की इनकी क्षमता अनुकरणीय है।
Shri M.K. Madhivanan, Assistant Commissioner, PCCO Chennai, has conducted over 100 GST outreach sessions, played a major role in the publication of the GST Hindi and Tamil lexicons, and created educational videos in 5 languages on aspects of taxation.
श्री महेश कुमार GST बेंगलुरु दक्षिण आयुक्तालय में अधीक्षक के रूप में कार्यरत हैं। पिछले 10 वर्षों में इन्होंने 150 से अधिक केंद्रीय उत्पाद शुल्क, सेवा कर और GST से जुड़े मामलों का पता लगाने में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाई है।
Srimati Anita Jadhav, Superint, Special Economic Zone Pune, played a crucial role in building a comprehensive MIS system in CBEC at an all-India scale and has rendered commendable service in investigation, data analysis, anti-evasion, and narcotics detection.
श्री अजित सुरेश लिमये CGST पुणे द्वितीय आयुक्तालय में अधीक्षक के रूप में कार्यरत हैं। मामलों के कानूनी और तथ्यात्मक पहलुओं के विश्लेषण एवं मानव आसूचना के क्षेत्र में श्री लिमये की कार्यक्षमता अतुलनीय है।
Shri Prasanna V.S. Joyce, Senior Technical Assistant, Telecom Customs Bengaluru, has been outstanding in providing technical support, managing EDI, revamping faulty equipment, reducing e-waste, and performing data analysis for the last 3 decades.
श्री मदन दास DRI कोलकाता में ड्राइवर प्रथम श्रेणी के रूप में कार्यरत हैं। श्री दास ने अपने अच्छे ड्राइविंग कौशल और वाहन पर कुशल नियंत्रण के माध्यम से DRI की टीम को समयबद्ध तरीके से वांछित स्थानों पर पहुंचाया।
Shri Rajpal Singh. Shri Rajpal Singh is presently retired. During his 23 years of service, he discharged his duties with utmost devotion, especially during the COVID pandemic. Unfortunately, Shri Rajpal Singh could not be present here today due to ill health. We now honor the recipients of the President's Award for the Specially Distinguished Record of Service for the year 2022. Shri Rajesh Pandey. Shri Rajesh Pandey, Principal ADG, DRI Mumbai, has excelled in intelligence and investigation, played a crucial role in passing on actionable intelligence to foreign agencies, and was also a key team member for preparing the Drishyam dashboard for the Honorable Finance Minister.
श्री विपिन कुमार उपाध्याय। श्री विपिन कुमार उपाध्याय DRI बेंगलुरु में अपर निदेशक के पद पर कार्यरत हैं। श्री उपाध्याय के द्वारा विकसित की गई आसूचनाओं के माध्यम से सोना, केसर, नारकोटिक ड्रग्स एवं वन्य जीवन सामग्री की तस्करी से जुड़े कई मामलों का पता लगाया गया।
Shri V.B. Prabhakar. Shri V.B. Prabhakar, Director, Cabinet Secretariat, New Delhi, has served as an excellent investigator and was also instrumental in ensuring the handover of 40,000 seized antique coins to the Archaeological Survey of India.
समर नंदा। श्री समर नंदा विश्लेषकी एवं जोखिम प्रबंधन निदेशालय नई दिल्ली में अपर निदेशक के रूप में कार्यरत हैं। सीमा शुल्क में कार्य करते हुए श्री नंदा ने अवमूल्यन, गलत घोषणा एवं गलत वर्गीकरण से जुड़े कई बड़े मामलों का पता लगाया।
Dr. A. Venkatesh Babu. Dr. A. Venkatesh Babu, Assistant Commissioner, Trichy Customs Preventive, has led a team to Arunachal Pradesh on a grueling 18-day operation for the survey and destruction of illicit opium grown over 1,150 acres with a potential street value of over 5,000 crores.
कुमार सवलम। श्री आनंद कुमार सवलम सीमा शुल्क चेन्नई में सहायक आयुक्त के पद पर कार्यरत हैं। अपने कार्यकाल में श्री सवलम ने अधिसूचनाओं एवं विदेशी व्यापार समझौतों का गलत लाभ उठाने वाले कई बड़े मामलों का पता लगाया।
Shri W.D. Chandrasekhar, Senior Intelligence Officer, DGGI Visakhapatnam, is an excellent officer whose dedicated efforts resulted in major seizures of foreign currency, red sanders, FICN, and gold.
श्री अजित विश्राम सावंत। श्री अजित विश्राम सावंत ठाणे में अधीक्षक लेखा परीक्षा के रूप में कार्यरत हैं। श्री सावंत ने DRI, DGGI, केंद्रीय उत्पाद शुल्क एवं सेवा कर जैसी संरचनाओं में कार्य करते हुए विभिन्न प्रकार के मामलों की खोज में सक्रिय योगदान दिया है।
Nirmala Menon Kale. Srimati Nirmala Menon Kale, Additional Assistant Director, DGHRD, has made invaluable contributions to the successful run of the online system tracking of DPCs, maintenance of history of postings for over 4,000 IRS officers, and the creation of the mobile app for the civil list.
श्री शरद कुमार त्रिपाठी। श्री शरद कुमार त्रिपाठी CGST भोपाल में अधीक्षक के पद पर कार्यरत हैं। अपने कुशल आसूचना नेटवर्क के माध्यम से आपने कई मामलों का पता लगाने एवं कर वसूली के क्षेत्र में विशेष योगदान दिया है।
Srimati L. Aparna. Srimati L. Aparna, Superint, CGST Chennai, made significant contributions to the design of the EA 2000 audit, implementation of various modules of Sermon, ACES, and GST applications, as well as data analysis for unearthing commercial frauds and smuggling.
श्रीमती वीणा राव। श्रीमती वीणा राव सीमा शुल्क दिल्ली में अधीक्षक के रूप में कार्यरत हैं। श्रीमती राव ने सीमा शुल्क आयुक्तालय अमृतसर के अंतर्गत सीमा शुल्क K9 प्रशिक्षण केंद्र की स्थापना में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाई।
Shri Avdut B. Khadilkar. Shri Avdut B. Khadilkar, Superint, GST Audit Pune, was a key contributor in the core team which developed a standard GST audit training module and submitted a paper on contactless audit, which proved extremely useful during the COVID pandemic.
श्री S. कल्याणी सुंदरी नागराजन। श्री S. कल्याणी सुंदरी नागराजन DGGI कोयम्बटूर में वरिष्ठ आसूचना अधिकारी के रूप में कार्यरत हैं। मदुरई केंद्रीय उत्पाद शुल्क में कार्य करते हुए आपने कुछ संवेदनशील एवं अनूठे मामलों का पता लगाने में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाई।
Shri Brijendra Singh. Shri Brijendra Singh, SIO, DGGI Lucknow, has investigated evasion of over 1,200 crores, of which over 450 crores stand realized. He played a crucial role in the seizure of over 2,000 kilograms of hashish and in the apprehension of the persons involved.
श्री एस वेंकट सुब्रमण्यम। श्री एस वेंकट सुब्रमण्यम CGST रायगढ़ में अधीक्षक के रूप में कार्यरत हैं। आपने अपने कार्यकाल के दौरान सोना, रेड सैंडर्स, समुद्री खाद्य पदार्थ, नारकोटिक ड्रग्स एवं वन्य जीवन की तस्करी से जुड़े कई बड़े मामलों का पता लगाया।
Shri T.K. Srish. Shri T.K. Srish, Senior Intelligence Officer, DRI Cochin, has developed an extensive human intelligence network which was instrumental in major seizures, including 240 kilograms of smuggled gold and heroin worth 47 crores.
श्री रंजन सेन। श्री रंजन सेन वर्तमान में वरिष्ठ आसूचना अधिकारी के पद से सेवानिवृत्त हैं। श्री सेन द्वारा विकसित की गई आसूचनाओं के माध्यम से IPR अधिनियम का उल्लंघन कर आयात की गई विभिन्न प्रकार की वस्तुओं की जब्ती की गई।
Dr. K.V. Mohan Rao. Dr. K.V. Mohan Rao, Additional Assistant Director, NASIN, has conducted numerous GST awareness sessions for trade, officer trading sessions, and was also instrumental in obtaining the Sevotham certificate for Visakhapatnam Commissionerate.
श्री गिरीश गुप्ता। श्री गिरीश गुप्ता माननीय विज्ञान और प्रौद्योगिकी एवं पृथ्वी विज्ञान राज्य मंत्री के अतिरिक्त निजी सचिव के रूप में कार्यरत हैं। श्री गुप्ता ने सेवा कर आयुक्तालय दिल्ली के ट्रेड फैसिलिटेशन कार्यक्रम सर्विस टैक्स डिस्कशन फोरम में एक विशेषज्ञ के रूप में अपनी सेवाएं दी हैं।
Shri Vivek V. Shri Vivek V, Superint at Customs Kochi, has played a major role in busting the modus of gold smuggled in the guise of diplomatic cargo, as well as in the detection of evasion by duty-free shop licensees of Trivandrum Airport.
श्रीमती N. कृष्णावेणी। श्रीमती कृष्णावेणी विभाग में अपनी सेवाएं देने के पश्चात DRI बेंगलुरु से वरिष्ठ आसूचना अधिकारी के पद से सेवानिवृत्त हुई। इन्होंने विभिन्न प्रकार की तस्करी, वाणिज्यिक धोखाधड़ी एवं नारकोटिक पदार्थों से जुड़े कई बड़े मामलों का पता लगाया।
Rakesh Ranjan. Shri Rakesh Ranjan, Superint CGST Patna, had developed an extensive human intelligence network which was instrumental in major seizures of contraband such as narcotics, FICN, and gold.
श्री एस करुणाकरण। श्री करुणाकरण DRI चेन्नई में वरिष्ठ आसूचना अधिकारी के पद पर कार्यरत हैं। आपके द्वारा एकत्रित एवं विकसित की गई जानकारी के माध्यम से सोना, लाल चंदन, विदेशी मुद्राएं एवं प्राचीन कलाकृतियों की तस्करी से जुड़े कई मामलों का पता लगाया गया।
Shri V. Balaji. Shri V. Balaji, Senior Intelligence Officer, DRI Chennai, played an exceptional role in the thwarting of illicit international narcotic manufacturing syndicates in Chennai and Mumbai and exotic animal smuggling syndicates active in the Indo-Myanmar border.
डॉक्टर प्रबोध कुमार उपाध्याय। डॉक्टर उपाध्याय वरिष्ठ अनुवादक के पद पर कानूनी मामलों के निदेशालय नई दिल्ली में कार्यरत हैं। आप विभाग से जुड़ी अदालती कार्यवाहियों में भाग लेने के साथ साथ CBIC वेबसाइट पर उच्चतम न्यायालय के सूचीबद्ध मामलों का दैनिक अपडेट एवं अपलोड सुनिश्चित करते हैं।
Shri Deepak Singh. Shri Deepak Singh, Administrative Officer, DGGI Delhi, played a crucial role in the setting up of a cyber lab in DGGI Delhi and displayed an exceptional commitment to work even during the second wave of the COVID pandemic.
श्री संसार सिंह। श्री संसार सिंह DRI मुख्यालय नई दिल्ली में आसूचना अधिकारी के रूप में कार्यरत हैं। इंटेलिजेंस सपोर्ट सिस्टम की मदद से विकसित की गई जानकारी के माध्यम से आपने सीमा शुल्क एवं ड्रॉबैक की चोरी से जुड़े कई बड़े मामलों का पता लगाया।
Shri Suryakant Kashiram Vaze. Shri Suryakant Kashiram Vaze, Head Havaldar, DRI Mumbai, has rendered invaluable service during several NDPS as well as outright smuggling cases. He has received 17 commendation letters for his contributions over the years. Shri Vaze was our final recipient. I request all the dignitaries to kindly be seated.
समारोह अब समापन की ओर अग्रसर है तथा मैं सदस्य अन्वेषण सीबीआईसी श्री बालेश कुमार जी से अनुरोध करूंगी कि कृपया वे धन्यवाद ज्ञापन दें।
Good evening, dignitaries on the stage, and ladies and gentlemen. We are deeply indebted to the Honorable Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, for her presence here and for her guidance and encouragement. I may be permitted to recall her address at the investiture ceremony at Lucknow in November 2021. She said, and I quote, "You all are as good as the armed forces in that the personnel of CBIC are guarding the economic borders of the country." Unquote. Ma'am went on to record her appreciation for the department on the floor of the House of Parliament. We are indeed grateful to you, ma'am, for having given the Presidential Awards for 2 years today, including what were announced on the eve of the Republic Day 2022. For the first time, it has happened that such award has been given within few weeks of its announcement. Thank you very much, ma'am. We assure you, ma'am, that we shall continue to strive for the best. माननीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री जी श्री पंकज चौधरी जी की उपस्थिति से हम सभी अत्यंत प्रोत्साहित हुए हैं। महोदय, हमें ज्ञात है कि आपने अपने व्यस्त उत्तर प्रदेश के निर्वाचन कार्य से समय निकालकर राष्ट्रपति प्रशस्ति पत्र के विजेताओं का मनोबल बढ़ाने के लिए आप यहाँ पधारे हैं। हम सभी कृतज्ञ हैं और महोदय आपको दिल से धन्यवाद करते हैं। We are honored at the presence of the Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Dr. Bhagwat Kishan Rao Karad. Sir, thank you for being here and for having motivated us. We are fortunate that for the first time, and first time again, that all our 3 honorable ministers in the Ministry of Finance have graced the occasion today. There are no words which can adequately convey our deep sense of gratitude to Shri Tarun Bajaj, the Revenue Secretary. He has not only been with us today, but has been for us and with us always. Shri Vivek Johri, Chairman CBIC, with his gentle nudging and supportive presence, has brought out the best from the department. But for his guidance, today's program could not have materialized. I will be failing my duty if I do not make reverential mention about the retired officers for having found time to be here among us. Sirs and ma'ams, you have been our mentors and leaders in the past and continue to be our inspiration today. I acknowledge the presence of the members of the board, Shri Nagendra Kumar, Sangeeta Sharma, Rajiv Talwar, and Sanjay Kumar, as well as that of Shri Alok Tiwari, Principal DG DRI. All credit to Team DRI for today's function, and in particular to Shri Amitesh, ADG of the local zone. We are obliged to the state government officers for their logistic support and presence of few of them here, including that of the Additional Chief Secretary and the Director General of Police. We are grateful to Srimati Ranjana Jha, Principal Commissioner, and Shri M. Srinivas, Chief Commissioner, Principal Chief Commissioner, sorry, and Chief Commissioner for their local support here for the function today. Let me conclude by congratulating the awardees once again. Their family members must find special mention. But for their silent support, the awardees could not have devoted themselves to the service to this nation with such commitment and sincerity. Thank you and Jai Hind.
सभाजनों से अनुरोध है कि राष्ट्रगान के लिए कृपया खड़े हों।
Request everyone to kindly remain seated. I request the awardees for the year 2021 to kindly assemble for the group photograph. I request the awardees for the year 2022 to kindly assemble for the group photograph. I request everyone to kindly remain seated until the dignitaries exit the auditorium. I now request the Honorable Ministers and other dignitaries to kindly join us for dinner. I request everyone to join us for dinner outside the hall. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. We just request the awardees and families to please join us for dinner at the lawn that is at this end. The exit is at this end, please.